Welcome to May's Lug Life. I'm May, and I'm here with the most recent Facebook update from Lug. So this was posted on Facebook last night, a little later last night, Tuesday, August the 16th. I'm really sorry I didn't post it last night. I was really tired, and I kind of fell asleep at the computer as I was trying to make this video, and then I couldn't do it again until later tonight, being Wednesday. So I apologize that this is a little bit late, but it's entirely possible that none of this matters, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So anyways, I'm just going to quickly read the entire thing out to you, and then I'm going to talk about it. So number one, Lug live orders up to the 7th of August will be completed and shipped from the warehouse by the end of this week. Number two, LugLife.com, that's the website, orders up to August the 5th are on track to be packaged and shipped from the warehouse by the end of day, Wednesday, August 17th. That's today. Number three, LugLife.com orders, again, that's the website, up to the 7th, August the 7th, are on track to be packaged and shipped from the warehouse by the end of the week. Okay, let's go back. Let's just sort of talk about a few things here. One, I just want to mention that when Lug talks about end of week or end of this week, they are not necessarily just talking about Thursday, Friday. I know most businesses, when they talk about the end of the week, they mean the business week, Thursday, Friday. Lug actually seems to be working straight through the weekend. It looks like their warehouse is now running 7 days a week, and I'm not even sure if they're working 24 hours. It wouldn't even surprise me. I think the sheer volume is insane. I think they're doing everything they can. So I think they're working straight through the weekend. So when they say end of this week, it may not necessarily mean Friday. It could be Saturday or Sunday. So if you're calculating how long it might take to get to you, so if you're getting some kind of notification saying end of this week, or if you know that you got an order that sort of follows, into that timeline, you may be wanting to calculate from Sunday and not from Friday. So keep that in mind. The second thing I wanted to talk about is I'm noticing there's a difference in language here. They've said on the first point here, it says, what about the whole Lug Live up to the 7th? It says will be completed and shipped from the warehouse, whereas the other ones say they are on track to be packaged. So I find that really interesting that they've made that distinction in the wording. So completed, I'm going to assume, means they've checked all the boxes. In other words, they have gone through the order, there's a packing slip, there is a label that's been made, it's been put in a box and packaged and ready to go. And I'm hoping that also means a notification has been sent and a tracking number has been issued for that order. So I'm assuming when they say completed, it checks all of the boxes, and it's just a matter of getting it out of the warehouse and out into whatever systems they're using to ship the parcel. So that's my guess. Don't quote me on that. The interesting thing when they make the difference between completed and track, it means I'm thinking that they're hoping, and I'm thinking that they're looking at this saying, fingers crossed, we're going to have all this stuff packaged and shipped by blah. So in this case, they're hoping that things are on track to get shipped by the end of Wednesday if your stuff was up to August the 5th, and then anything between the 5th and the 6th, or anything before that didn't get organized, should be out by the end of this week. So that's another interesting thing that I noticed. The other thing that I'm also going to say is because I noticed that on the second point there, how they were saying that everything should be shipped from up to August the 5th by the end of Wednesday, meaning today, I decided to go back into Facebook to see if that was indeed the case, because that was such a specific date, and I thought it was really weird that they mentioned something so specific. Usually they will say end of day or end of the week, or we hope to have it by whatever, but it was so weird to say that they're on track to do something, and then there's a specific date that they're going to do it. Usually if they're on track, they usually mean end of week, and they give themselves a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of wiggle room. This one to say you're on track to have it out by the end of the day was a really exact sort of thing. So I thought I'd go back to see if they had made yet another update, simply because usually they put their updates out like Thursday, Friday, so the end of the week. And I thought it was weird that this particular one came out at the beginning of the week. So I thought, well, maybe they're putting one out every single day. And because I haven't really been on Facebook today much, at least not throughout the end of the day, I thought I'll go back, take a look and see if they've put another update out. So I would post that here as well in this video. As it turns out, there's nothing. There's nothing for today. And I even couldn't find this one. This particular one they should have pinned at the top of their Facebook thing. Couldn't find it, and I kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I could not find it. The only thing I found was someone else posting, "Hey, wasn't there a post yesterday? Wasn't there an update about August orders? Where did that go and what were the dates? Because I don't remember and I'm trying to figure something out." And they couldn't find it. And apparently no one could find it. Apparently other people have been scrolling and scrolling and can't find anything, which makes me think they pulled this whole thing down. So whatever this update is, I have a feeling is now null and void. I have this weird feeling that the fact that they posted it last night, and then today at some point, who knows when, unbeknownst to anybody, they pull it down, makes me think that somewhere in this little list of things, they didn't get it done. So they could not check this off. So at the very, very least, I feel like it's number 2. I have a feeling that number 2, since like I said, they set such a specific date that they said that it was going to be out of the warehouse by the end of today, and it probably didn't happen. They were like, crap. So they had to go back, rescind this, take this thing down, and go, shh, maybe they didn't notice. But we all noticed. So there it is. That's my guess. So don't quote me. That is just my guess on what's happened. So let's take all of this with a grain of salt, but particularly let's take that middle one. Let's take that number 2, how they said it was going to be out by the end of today. I'm just going to assume it didn't. I'm assuming a huge enough number did not go out for them to feel bad enough to go, we got to take that down now. So I'm assuming that we'll probably see another order maybe in the next couple of days. Obviously, because today is Wednesday, we should see something by Thursday, Friday, since that seems to be a regular thing now. But it is interesting that they just went, yeah, we'll just take that down, as opposed to actually posting another one, like maybe an update to say, okay, now we're hoping it's going to be out by Thursday. I don't know. I think they could have done that, but they just pulled the whole thing down, which I guess, you know what? Are we really surprised that they're not being really forthcoming? I guess not. Anyway, so there we go. So the next few things that you're going to see are just me tracking all of the different updates on calendars. So feel free to look through that. I have put the most recent one at the end. So in case you're still trying to track to see how the orders have been placed all throughout the course of the weirdness, there you go. Okay, so that is the most recent update as of August the 16th. I don't know what's going on. I think it's really interesting that this posting may or may not be valid anymore, simply because I can't find it on the Facebook page. So I don't know, maybe I'm just posting this because this is what Lug posted, and it's interesting that they have taken it down. So it's entirely possible that this update is actually not really an update. It's a fake update, because anything that was in the update is no longer valid. So anyways, I apologize if that is the case, but I kind of thought, well, you know what? I'll post it anyways, and we'll see what happens. Maybe tomorrow they'll release a new update to clarify, and if that's the case, I will come back and post again with the latest that they decide to post. So my final thoughts on this, and I'm just sort of, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about it. My final thoughts on this whole thing. Okay, I have lots of final thoughts on this whole thing, but I guess some of them are ongoing thoughts. But the one takeaway I'm sort of coming to realize as I'm recording this video is it's occurring to me that they seem to be posting these updates on the Facebook page without any problems. So someone makes a graphic, like someone actually makes this graphic, and they're changing the background every time they do it now, which is nice, so that you can tell the difference between all the different updates. So as you see a new color or a new print or a new arrangement of the print, you go, oh, hang on, there's a new update. and it's not the exact same print on the exact same background with the same colors every time. So they're actually making an effort to, change the look of it. So someone's putting effort into this. Someone's actually, sitting down. They've been given some copy, and they said, this is what you're going to put in your graphic. And so someone will sit, so the graphic artist will sit there, reorganize this, make it look pretty, send off the graphic, and someone posts it on Facebook. If they can do that, if they have the wherewithal to come up with that graphic, with that little posting for Facebook, I don't understand why that same thing also isn't being emailed. I think it's really bizarre that the only place that you can find these updates are if you're on Facebook. Now, I don't have Instagram, so I don't know if it's on Instagram. I'm assuming it's on Instagram. I probably should get myself a page just to see if they're actually doing it. But it is interesting, like if you're not on social media, like actively looking on social media, you're not going to know that, if I'm not posting this on YouTube, those of you who are not on Facebook, who are only watching the YouTube channel, aren't going to know either. So to me, I'm now officially concerned and officially kind of peeved that they go to the trouble of making the graphic, compiling the information, passing it off to someone to come up with this graphic, and then that person passes it off to the social media person, and that social media person posts it on social media, but then no one puts it in an email and sends it out to the masses. And I think that's really, really kind of weird. And there's a part of me right now that's really trying hard not to swear, because I guess because I'm just experiencing this emotion for the first time now, because as I'm processing in my brain, as I'm, clicking through my little slideshow that I'm making for you here, these thoughts are brewing in my head, and I'm just kind of like WTF? Like, really? Why on God's green earth are you able to make that graphic, put it up on Facebook and possibly on Instagram as well, but not move it into an email? Because it's the same amount of effort, and all you do is go click, and then it goes out to everybody on your email and on your email list. And here's the thing. I know there's a part of me that sort of sympathizes with them, because, I know they're going through trouble. I know that this is a headache. I know this is not what Lug wants. I know this is the last thing that Lug wants. The last thing on earth they need is to have shipping problems, having warehouse issues, shortages, all the things that are plaguing them right now. I know this is like if I were Amy and Rick and Jason Richter, I would be beyond upset and incredibly sad that this is what's happening with my company. I thought I was making things better. I was making moves to make things better, and everything went south fast. I would be so upset. Now, I'm surprised that even though they're really upset about it, and I guess they're doing everything they can to try to fix it, they still have not acknowledged that this even exists, other than these updates. This at least acknowledges that they are trying to make efforts to make progress through the backlog. But it doesn't really say what they're doing to do so, or even telling us what the problems are. So even if they don't want to tell us or acknowledge that, I get it. But then if they're still acknowledging the fact that these are, that these dates mean something to someone, that they think that someone might want to know, then they should be then emailing this out to everybody as well. So Lug, if you're listening, it makes no sense at all that you are bothering to come up with this information, putting it in a pretty picture, and then posting it on Facebook and on possibly Instagram, but not posting it as an email. And if you're worried that just even sending out an email is drawing attention to problems, here's the thing. If anybody is an active customer, and if they are actively purchasing from you and actually care about the products that are coming out, and they are actively wanting to make purchases, even if they haven't made one yet, and they're like, but I'm waiting for a sale, or waiting for this bag, or I'm waiting for this color, but they're reading their emails, they're actively opening, they're seeing a Lug email, they're opening up that email and reading it. It means they care. It means that they do want to know what's going on. Anybody who has been on your mailing list but hasn't bought anything for a while, but they're still on your mailing list, they're probably not even reading the email. The most they're going to do is like open it, run through it, eyeball it just to see if anything is of interest to them. And if they just see that shipping update, they don't care because it doesn't matter to them. If they haven't ordered anything, the shipping update means nothing. So those people, I guess you don't want to draw attention to those people to the problems you're having, but those people don't care. The people who do care are the people who have ordered stuff and probably ordered a lot, and have been ordering a lot. And those people are the ones who are opening up their emails and reading every single word that you're saying. Those people should be owed an explanation, even if it's not a mea culpa and we are sorry we screwed up kind of thing, or we acknowledge that we have major issues and working through them. At the very, very least, you got to assume that they care that there are shipping issues and it might affect them. This might have something to do with them because they placed an order. And you can't assume that every single person who is your customer is on Facebook or on Instagram or even actively looking at the feeds on either of those. You know that your demographic's a little bit older. There are people who are super, super busy. They've got full lives. They've got family, kids, grandkids, vacation, whatever it is. They probably are not watching this stuff religiously. So the fact that I have to come on here and put something that was on Facebook now onto YouTube on my own channel and come up with my own weird little slideshow is kind of not cool. I should not have to be the one that does this. So, Lug, I hope you're hearing me. I don't know if anyone's watching this, but if you are, that's my plea to you. And I know I'm speaking for all the lug nuts out there. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. So there we go. That is my takeaway from that. We'll see how it goes. So please let me know if you guys are getting your notifications, if there have been issues with your notifications. Are you finally getting all your orders? Do you have any outstanding orders left? I know that, as we're progressing, I am hearing from you guys, and I know some of you are like, finally, it's here. And then there's still some of you going, yeah, still waiting on 3 orders. So yeah, keep me posted. Let me know how things are going with you guys. And also let me know if there have been issues, like any problems with your orders. And I do want to know the goods and the bads. I don't just want to know the bads. If you are getting your order, if everything came in no problems and the packaging was good, nothing was destroyed, everything came in on time, you got your notifications, I do want to know those as well. I don't necessarily just want to hear when things go wrong. I do want to know when things go well. And I'm not saying that Lug is watching these or reading these in any way, but if they are, hey, let's give them some information so they can, peruse this and, I don't know, do whatever they want with this information. I don't know. I've given up trying to read their minds, and assume what they're thinking or what they might do. I still kind of thought that they would have addressed, Amanda's LugLife show last week, and this past week, radio science and the whole thing. That I'm actually quite shocked about. I thought there'd be some kind of acknowledgement. Zilch. Crickets. So, I don't know. I'm not so much mad. I'm just now kind of super annoyed that this is kind of what's kind of happening. And I just, yeah, I don't know anymore. So I think these are just going to be updates. I think from now on, I have nothing more to say. This was just an interesting sort of thought that came up today about the whole email thing, but really, things are just happening or not happening, and who knows? I don't know what's going on. So there we go. That is it. If you just make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you are, I think, notified that I put out a new email. A new update. And as soon as a new update comes in, I will do my absolute best to post it as soon as I can. Now, this next few days for me are going to be crazy, crazy busy. So it's entirely possible that what I might do is literally just post a picture of it in a video and then that's it, because that might be all I can do this week. So if a new update does come up and there's not really a video, it's just like a freeze frame of a posting, it's not because I don't care, it's because I don't have time. So that's it. I do care. I am thinking about you guys. So yeah, I hope your orders come in soon. I hope it's drama free. I hope you get everything that you need with no problems and no mistakes and no issues. And I really, really hope, I really am actually rooting for Lug. I really, really want them to do well. I want this to go smoothly. I want this to be over. I want this headache to be done with. I want everything to kind of go back to something really amazing and really smooth sailing, and everyone gets their orders quickly and everyone's happy again. I am really looking forward to that day, and I'm hopeful. And I'm not a hopeful person. I'm a glass empty kind of person, half empty kind of person. So, but I am kind of hopeful for this one because I know that they want this to happen. So it's just a matter of when. So fingers crossed, everybody. Hope everything goes well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.